It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your sales are? All right, we're going on 4:30. We're going to come down and do a little pulling. And let's see where we're at. So we're at 434. And I've already beat yesterday's numbers. We're at $293. So, as before, the old way, 5x5. And then, as I said, the low end, at least 3x5, right? So we're almost to that at only 2%. I was getting these numbers at 20% and 15%. So, of course, we're definitely going to run with this longer because better results than I expected, to be honest with you. Let's see what the traffic is. I'll try to keep my panties not in a bunch in this video. 19 items sold. Message. 19 items sold, 12 organic, 7 promoted. So we're on target to sell more organic on top of the promoted at 2%. So that's good to see. Good to see. I won't get into the other numbers right now. Be kind of probably pointless on that end. But that's where we are. Got 11 items to pull. So we'll pull that and we'll check some questions and comments also while we're at it. So let's go pull some stuff. We got Rhode Island School of Design's t-shirt. That sold for $13.50. Mozart cassette tape. That sold for $6. We got a Lou Rawls 45 record. That sold for $5.20. My team's been playing good lately. St. Louis Blues long sleeve t-shirt. That sold for $12.14. Blues. We got an Old Navy brand women's turtleneck sweater. That sold for $13.50. D74. Another Mozart cassette. I wonder if that's going to be the same buyer as the other one. That sold for $4. All right, I got a CD that might be here in the overstock. Delphin. There we go. It's one of my Hastings CDs. That sold for $4.40. The girl. CD 19. What's up, baby? What's up, baby girl? CD 19. We got Jagged Edge single. I think this thing's been around since my collection when I started the business. It must have been thrown in storage for some reason or another over time. That's exactly how I had mine packaged in these old bags that we used to, when we worked Blockbuster Music and that, we would open the CDs and we'd repackage them in these seal bags. So I had some of those. And some of my cardboard stuff I sealed in them so they wouldn't wear over time. That sold for $6.04. We got a Pittsburgh Steelers t-shirt. And that sold for $12. E14. And I just had a cha-ching. So that's good. Something sex you up. Here. LFO. CD single. That sold for $4.50. And also add to it, I sold another box of the small random toys for $15. And my cha-ching has not paid. It was just a sale. minus, what was it? Oh, it was like a tote bag. I always grab those reusable tote bags. This one's for the Hudson Bay Company, Canada's first department store. I guess, and sold for $10.80 with $11 shipping. So I must be going back up to Canada as soon as they pay. I did have somebody saying they couldn't pay today, so I don't know if that's still something or if that's something on their account. Because sometimes, it's hard, unless you get more than one, it's hard to say consistently if that is a problem, because it could be the person's account themselves that is the issue. So let's do some questions and comments. And then maybe we'll have that one pay before we're over with. And then my number will, if they pay within 11 minutes, I've made the 3x3. I mean, the 3x5, the low end, very low end of where I'd like to be, with only 2%. So that would be kind of shocking to me. Shocking, I'll say. Shocking. All right, first up, I went nearly a month without promoted listings because eBay said I went below standard. When that happens, you can't promote. Well, my sales plummeted without promoted. When I went above standard, there it is. They paid. Boom. Biggity bam. My sales started trickling back in again. It pays to play. Anyone else seeing this on eBay? I had a customer today reach out and tell me an issue on shipping prices. She was getting a different price from the search page than to the actual listing. I looked into it and searched my item and saw that the pricing for shipping to my location, $44 in shipping on the general search page. And when I clicked the listing, it said $18. I have seen that in the past as one of the problems over the last year, but I haven't noticed it or had anybody tell me about it lately. So it wouldn't surprise me that it is happening. If you're making your numbers, what is the issue? Watch the video. Watch the video. I say that in there about the goal. Listen, the only opinion that matters to James, it's James. Nothing anyone says is valid unless you're repeating his nonsense. Pay him no mind. His great background, this person can't even speak English. Pay him no mind his great background noise. Happy selling. Well, first, if you're going to troll somebody, at least double check your spelling. I mean, you at least got to get that right. And if you're upset because I said that it's not the items, truth does hurt sometimes, and not everybody agrees with it, but that's why I'm here to show you that it is not the items. So if that's the case, keep watching, keep getting me that algo. But double check your spellings and stuff. I suggest that if you're going to troll. Then a follow-up to that. I hate to say it, but I agree with you. Unfortunately, while he claims an open mind, but ultimately is just trying to end up in a paradigm spot where his beliefs are. Anyone can pick apart data and make it fit whatever they want it to be or mean. And he only wants to hear the comments that validates his beliefs. It's unfortunate. So apparently they're talking about me saying that it's not the items. Apparently for some reason that upsets people and it makes no sense. And it's normally the people, I'm sure they don't even watch the videos. I don't recognize either one of them. But normally it's people who think they're always right, like I've said before in the past. You got to love the people who think they're right and they'll put down others in order to prove how they're right. So me saying that it's not my items, is 100% accurate. And if I'm selfish for trying to prove that, then I am 100% selfish. I've never argued that I am not a selfish person. I've actually talked about a very selfish nature. So I am whatever you think I am. Next up, my guess is a few things are going on this last weekend. Christmas credit card bills hit. Rent is due. Economy has always, as always, people waiting for their tax return to spend money. Like I said, like all the times in the past, been doing this 22 years, my January is always bigger than my December. And my Februarys were always bigger than my Januarys. So, but what this past weekend, from what I am getting from everybody's comments, that the site was just not working properly this weekend. So I don't know if it was any more than just that, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, you know, these little things are always going to have effect here and there, you know, like the economy and Christmas bills and all that kind of stuff. Yes. They're always going to have some kind of effect overall. But then you'll see a market that would be down, you know, say 10% or 12% or 20%. When you see the numbers that tell you something differently because of the way the website's acting, then that's the hard part. So, and apparently everybody's talking about something. I saw it on Primo Chemo's live. Everybody's talking about March is supposed to be the end of it, the end of all the fixes, and everything's supposed to be done by March, and then everything's going to be working properly. We know how that works out, but I don't know where that information's coming from exactly, so I cannot verify that. I agree the CEO needs to go. They need a new leader. The worst year ever, per my records on eBay. 100% been reselling on eBay full-time since 98. I fear this won't happen until it's too late to reverse course. Yeah, I've always had that fear too, like it was going to be stuck, like we're just going to be stuck in this place where it can't be fixed and you can't go backwards. So I've definitely had that fear also. Hopefully that's not true though. The CEO that made $16 million this year and thinks what he is doing is working. I agree 1,000%. Hey, maybe after March we'll all be proved wrong. Maybe everything will be super dorky, you know, not dorky, super, what's the word I'm looking for? Super, not duper, but hunky-dory. That's the word. Maybe everything will be hunky-dory after March. And he will vindify, not vindify, that ain't even a word. He will vindicate himself and as to why he is the CEO of eBay. Anything's possible. I just sold 2 records, one for 38 and one for 12 a couple of years ago. I would have been lucky to get $5 each. Yeah, these buyers were so happy to get them, and they were in excellent condition. Yeah, that's what I was saying. A lot of the stuff that I've got in my store, in storage, has gone up over the years. So I've been blessed with knowing to stay away from like mid-90s sports action figures and certain things over the years, that the stuff that I have accumulated has gone up in price. That's good. It's all about supply and demand. So I see why you're frustrated with some of these comments. I am on eBay. I am on year 25 on eBay, but I just got back into it the last 18 months, so I am still gaining speed. I just want to add that one of the albums had 10 other listings available with the same title, and most of them were cheaper, but I had free returns and none of the others did, and I got the sale. Yeah, and that can matter, just doing simple things like that. Doing everything that, you know, the eBay of past suggested, except the free shipping. I still don't promote free shipping. I would never promote free shipping to anybody. But doing the little things like free returns and stuff is definitely a plus. Things are going to pick up. eBay had a commercial on TikTok this morning. Huh. That wasn't motors? I have to keep an eye out for that. Sometimes 100% correct, James. He was hired to do that before the total and utter collapse and folding of eBay. And when that does happen, those that did not diversify and prepare before the storm will be in a world of hurt. And I think that's one of the main reasons trying to figure this out is just, if you look at just, which you cannot look at it this way, but if you just looked at the half of today on a Monday and my sales, I've got the same exact results with 2% as I did with 20%. Of course, we need more data to verify that. But if you just looked at that little bit of data, that's what it's telling me. How does that happen? So, on a Monday. Monday days are usually slower. So we'll see how the evening pans out. But like I said, I didn't expect that. Let's see. James, most new resellers have been scared into not selling internationally. Most that make the comments probably are just shipping within the U.S. and not internationally. That's possible, yeah. Learn to punctuate. Deal with it. And I only made the punctuation mark because it was a troller. I personally suck at spelling and everything, and I can check my stuff 2 or 3 times and I still have errors. So, but if I was going to troll somebody, I'd make sure my spelling was spot on. You are right, James. I've got brilliant items never get seen. 1 of 6 items gets seen. 1 of 6 gets lost and with 0 views. Yeah, you'll notice you'll put stuff up that shows a nice sell-through rate, but for some reason, depending on whether it's the day you put it up, the time of day, whatever the hell's going on with the website, you can get totally different results from listing it on today as compared to listing it in a couple of days from now. And that's just part of the little goofy things that you see with the website. So, I don't know. When I talk about things, it's not always, I always try to remember and say everything, but I've got a lot of subconscious information, and I always go by my instincts, my first thoughts. As a reseller, that's one of the biggest things that's going to make you most successful in reselling when it comes to thrifting and being at yard sales, is going on your instincts of that information. Something's telling me to buy this. I don't know why, so I'm buying it. Same thing's true with all these issues and all my years of selling. I may not be speaking every single problem or hiccup or situation, spelling it out to the T to make everybody happy. But there's usually a subconscious reason I am saying a conscious plus subconscious reason for saying what I do say. So we are at 502. I'm at $314. I'm officially over my last 2 days by 5 p.m. by promoting at 2%. See how long that lasts, right? It could have just been like a quick bump because I turned them on, how that rolls into, and I get, some of you guys saying it takes more than 2 days with, doing it at 0, because that could be an effect too, is, it's just that quick change. How does it pan out in the long run? I just, like I said this morning on this morning's video, it just seemed like it couldn't go up. It wouldn't go up. It seems like you get the sudden pops and then everything starts to go down. So, but that would be a reason to keep this 2% going probably more than 2 days to really get a good view of how it reacts overall with my situation. And also keep in mind, every situation's different because it depends on what you're selling, how much you're selling, sell-through rates. As I've always said, there's a million variables involved. So what I'm doing here may not help not one single person out there, unfortunately. But first and foremost, it's being done to help me. And that is selfish. Yes, it's being done to help me first and foremost, and sharing it is in hopes that it will help you. So 100% selfish. All right, I guess that's it. I'm going back to taking pictures. I haven't listed nothing today, just been taking pictures of what I picked up, what we picked up Saturday. So maybe I'll put some quick media up tonight just to get something listed so I don't go on a 0 day, just because I don't like to have 0 days listing. So, no, and that's the only reason. So, all right, thanks everybody for all the comments and such. And I have read more than I probably scrolled down to. So I was looking at your thoughts and stuff on all this. So I have read them, even though I haven't reacted to them, because I always forget to react as I read. So I apologize, which I probably should, because it's probably killing my algorithm. And it will only help if I do click the like buttons. Dang it. Even on the trolling ones. I click them on. I click them, I say I click them. And you're hearing me click them. Let me click. Let me heart these troll ones. Oh, that's kind of trolling back, ain't it? By hearting the trolls. Yeah. All right. That's enough from me and my loser self. Oh, yes, AT&T. They buried my fiber cable out front today. So now I should be getting a call from the installer. Yay, yay, yay. Hopefully he calls me tomorrow, because he's going to have to get into where I store my supplies, but I got to order supplies too. But I don't want to order them if they're going to be in his way. Such drama. Oh, being so dramatic. Oh, you being dramatic too? She heard something somewhere. All right, we're going to go. Thanks to everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.